Welcome back, guys. Today I'll be continuing compound interest. Let's get started. After 4 years, what principal value will occur to $8,745 at 15% compounded annually? First, let me go ahead and write the formula. So compound interest is equal to the principal, open bracket, 1 plus r over n, close bracket, raised to the nt. 4 years represents time. This is the compound interest. What principal value? So if you realize we're finding the principal value that will occur to $8,745 at 15% compounded. So the 15% represents the rate. Annually represents n. So annually is n equal 1. So substituting, the compound interest is $8,745. We don't know the principal. Then I have 1 plus r. R is 15%, but we need to convert it to decimal. So converting 15% to decimal, I divide it by 100. So this gives me 0.15. So here I'm going to have r to be 0.15, and then n is 1, so I have over 1, and nt, so n is 1 times t, which is 4. Let's simplify. So I have $8,745, still finding P. Then I have 1 plus 0.15 divided by 1 gives me 0.15, and 1 times 4 is 4. Now 1 plus 0.15 gives me 1.05. So I have 8,745 is equal to P, open bracket, 1.15 raised to the power 4. Now, because I want the exact number, what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide both sides by 1.15 raised to the 4. By right, you could calculate this, but remember, I want exact value. You could have worked out 1.15 raised to the power 4, and then you would have rounded up, so you're not going to get the exact value, exact principal value. And because I'm working towards getting the exact principal value, I'm going to divide both sides by what I have here. So dividing both sides by 1.15 raised to the power 4. Now these two cancel. So what I have here is P, because this cancels, so I'm left with P, is equal to, and then this part I will calculate. So I will enter $8,745 into my calculator, then divide it by 1.15 raised to the power 4, and we will get an exact value, and I'm going to round off to 2 decimal places. The principal value is $4,999.98. So rounding it off to 2 decimal places. And this is more accurate than rounding off. So if you had entered the 1.15 raised to the 4, not saying it's incorrect, you will get a smaller number. So it means if persons have worked out the 1.15 raised to the 4, you would have, say for example, round it out to 2 decimal places, so you'd have gotten 1.75. So I would divide both sides by 1.75. So I would have 8,745 divided by 1.75 to get $4,997.14. So you realize I'm getting a smaller number. But because I choose to get I want a more precise number, that is why I didn't round off this value. So the next question is, find the annual interest rate necessary for $150,000 to accumulate to $450,000 in 15 years. So once again, I am going to write the formula. Compound interest is equal to the principal, open bracket, 1 plus r over n, raised to the n t. Now, since we have, if you realize 150,000 is the principal, this is the compound interest, this is the amount that is accumulated after 15 years, so t is 15 years. Now the interest is annual because here, find the annual interest. So we know that n is equal to 1. So the compound interest, I'm going to replace it with $450,000. So I go ahead and write my $450,000. And the principal, that's the starting amount, is $150,000. And then I have 1 plus R. What is R? That's what we're finding. So the interest rate is R. That's what we're finding. So R is what we're finding. N is 1 since the interest rate is annually. It says find the annual. That tells me it's annual. So NT, so I'll have 15 times 1. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 150,000 because I want to make R by itself. So I divide both sides by 150,000. So this cancels. So on my left, I am going to have 1 plus R over 1 is the same thing as R. 15 times 1, that's 15. This now, the zeros cancel. And then I know that 45 divided by 15, that will give me 3. To get rid of 15, that is a power, I will have to find the root. And not just the root, the 15th root. So I have to do the 15th root. So this will cancel this. So in this case, I will have to calculate the 15 root. It means that I will have to round off. Now, I'm hoping you all know how to find the 15 roots. Some calculators, this is the function that you're looking for that looks like this, where you have some x, or others you have a little box like this looking like. This is allowing you to change it from square root and cube root that you're used to. So calculators, either shift or second function you're going to select. But before you select that, you would enter 15, then shift for second function, the x root, then 3. Same case here, 15, shift for second function, this, then 3. If you're still having difficulties finding this, just leave a comment below and I will explain to you. So the 15 root of 3 is 1.07, and because it's 5/9, I'm going to put 6 behind the 5 is a 9, so I round up. So 1.076 is equal to 1 plus R. So making R the subject, so I carry the 1 over the equal sign. So R is equal to 1.076 minus 1, because we carried over this, so there's a sign change. So R is equal to, this will be 0.076. Now remember, we're always getting rate in percentage, so just multiply this by 100 and multiplying it by 100, so R is equal to 7.6%. So the interest rate that is charged annually on this is 7.6%. Finally, the final question, after 6 years, what principal value will occur to 12,500 at 15% compounded annually? So I will go ahead and write the formula. Compound interest is equal to P open bracket 1 plus R over N raised to the NT. So the compound interest is actually 12,500. That is the amount that is given in the question. We're asked what is the principal, and then we have 1 plus what is R? R is 15%, but I need to convert 15% to decimal. So I divide it by 100. So R is 0.15. So replace here to be 0.15. And then N, what is N? N is annually. So N is equal to 1. So here N is equal to 1. Then I have NT. So I'm going to have 1 times years. The years is 6. So this is T. So I have 12,500. And I'm finding P. So I leave it as it is. Now right here, 0.15 divided by 1 is just 0.15. So 1 plus 0.15 is 1.15. And 1 times 6, that's 6. Now I am going to divide both sides by 1.15 raised to the 6. So dividing both sides by 1.15 raised to the 6. This cancels. So I have P is equal to, and now dividing. So I have 12,500. And remember, I've explained that you can divide it by 1.15 and you raise to the power 6. So calculating this, I am getting 5,404.09. And that's it. This is the principal amount. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have a question, you can leave it in the comments below. Have a great day.